Were you pleased with that speech?
Yes, I was. I was chuckling at some of it, to be honest, because it seemed
Really?
like she was channeling UKIP. There were various phrases there which I've used myself again and again. And I think her 12 priorities were all extremely sound, good priorities for a proper, clean, what some people have called hard Brexit. So
Right,
yes, overwhelmingly welcome the speech.
Right, so we don't need UKIP anymore. There won't be any backsliding. You're pretty well signed up, you say, to everything she said. Therefore, there really isn't any need for UKIP, who Paul Nuttall, your leader, said would be there to stop her falling away from her promises.
Well, you know, I think what the PM set out today was, as I say, very sound principles. But let's not forget, it's not the PM who's got carte blanche to deliver Brexit on her own. And this is what UKIP is concerned about. She is surrounded by a very strong, very influential establishment. We're talking about the hardline Remainers. We're talking about the Supreme Court. We're talking about the House of Lords.
Yeah, but she dealt with those issues, didn't she?
Well, I don't think she did, in the sense that, of course, you know, what is she going to do if these people kick up a fuss? And there's no doubt that UKIP is still very strong on Brexit. We have to be strong on Brexit, and we have to make sure that we get the right Brexit.
Okay.
And it's still very much, I think, for us, a job of holding her feet to the fire. We've heard a lot of talk today, and I absolutely welcome the talk. It's the right kind of talk, but we still have to see the action. There's also, of course, what she was talking about, these transitional arrangements.
Right. Do you support the idea of a transitional arrangement, or is that for you still half in, half out?
Well, it depends what this transition looks like, doesn't it? And we look forward to seeing exactly what it does look like. For instance, something as fundamental a principle as the free movement of people, if that's a transitional scheme, we could potentially see higher levels of immigration from the European Union than we've ever seen before.
Right. What about being a member of certain programmes? Just to take you through some of the programmes, there were implications there that we could stay part of Europol when she talked about security arrangements. That would mean we'd still be under the European Court of Justice when it comes to contractual arrangements. Would you support that?
No, absolutely not. That's completely unacceptable. And what I was very pleased to see was Theresa May, right at the outset of her speech, made it quite clear that Britain was not going to be subject to the power of any European court. So I think that was a fundamental
But we would be if we
stayed
part of Europol, wouldn't we?
Look, we've always said that, and I think Theresa May made it clear, that she wants to cooperate in terms of issues of security and defence with the European Union, but we are going to be out of the EU. So it's a fundamental principle, isn't it?
All right. What about...
me, I heard her say it's about free trade. If we cannot have free trade agreements and make our own free trade agreements, then that means we're going to be out of the customs union.
She did say, though, that the UK wouldn't sign up to full membership of the customs union. Would you consider that to still be half in, half out of the EU if we were signed up to certain sectors, certain industries, in order to remain part of the customs union for those in a way that Turkey is?
Well, again, it depends exactly what the negotiation looks like.
Right, but if we were still a bit in the customs union, would that not be good enough for you?
British businesses who want to export to the European Union are in any case going to have to meet all the EU requirements in order to export to that market. If our membership of the customs union, if that's the full extent of it, then frankly it's not going to make that much difference.
Right.